Hi everyone, it's Annie from Phoenix Healing. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's Sunday, November 16, 2025. I was guided to a reading for today and for the week ahead for the collective. I'm using Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck, and the card that flew out and flipped over is Sky Father, Trust in the Unknown. The message is trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with a great Father. Know that He is lovingly leading you forward. The Sky Father features in many religions and mythologies as the Father God. He's the counterpart to the Earth Mother in many traditions. So this card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need and gratitude. Sky Father personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you are being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you but within you, and Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life, so see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, there is an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. When this card floated in photo, I absolutely recognized the eagle and also just like the lightning too in the background of the beautiful sky. So it's interesting because I know the priestess card came out from a different deck last week, and that was really much too with really feminine energy. Now this week is very strong masculine energy. So I definitely feel that there is this opportunity for people, especially in this month of November, and especially since 11/11 just happened a few days ago, for really people to come into balance with their masculine and their feminine energies. Obviously, depending on the soul, one is always going to be a little more than the other, feel more than the other, but it's good to have that nice balance within ourselves. And then it's also, of course, that great message as well of trust in the unknown. I feel like this message has repeated itself many times, and I know it's because it's coming out to be heard. That, we're not always supposed to know every single thing. We can get clues, and hints from, people we work with, whether they're energy healers, psychics, tarot readers, everything that comes out, and I get this too, being that I offer those services, and I'm lucky to have gifts that where I can read and channel for myself too. But the key thing is, we are not supposed to know everything. I am not supposed to know anything, whether it's supposed to be for myself or someone I'm working with that I love and very close to, or professional client, whether it's reading for myself, my soul family, or like I said, a client, or like a family member, friend that I love. It doesn't. Will we get a diagram of exactly play by play of how life is supposed to turn out for us? No. Because there's also so many things involved. There's, the kismet, that fate. There's also the free will, but also the destiny too. What is meant to be, it's going to happen. What's that, but when things happen, it's always up to God, divine, higher realms. It's always God's timing, divine timing, the universe's timing. And it's just having faith and also faith in the unknown, trust in the unknown, and knowing things are going to work out for you in your favor, but not trying to control everything. It's nice to, work with people where you can get an idea of where things are headed, but just also let it go as well, because especially if it involves other people, we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves and how we respond to things. So I feel like this is a really powerful message, especially in this November month, and and especially since 11:11 just happened, you know, the Lightworker code, the Twin Flame code, the Awakening code, you know, it's definitely one of those things where let things be in the sense of what we can control, but also don't stop living our lives, especially with what comes through messages for us, or you know, just what comes through for individuals. It's one of those things of, okay, well, I cannot kind of expect this to happen, and then just waiting for things to unfold, but don't stop living your life for that. And also just, you know, walk through this life knowing that everything that's supposed to happen will, you know, what is meant to happen, what is meant to find you will not pass you by. And just, even if we don't have a clear-cut things, even when bad stuff happens, right, we don't always like understand what's happening. It's one of those things. So why did this happen? Why me? Or why am I going through this? What's the soul lesson in this? What's the purpose for this? You know, yes, sometimes there's soul lessons, and yes, sometimes just shit just happens. So it's one of those things of just let things be, and just, you know, walk this journey, navigate this journey, and feeling peace and that safety and that surrender, that you don't always have to know everything, like and just have peace knowing too that you're not going to get a play by play, even if you get the information, and working with the gifted souls that you work with, that things are going to happen when they're going to happen. Things are going to unfold when they're going to unfold, and there's no set time frame for that. God and angels in the higher realms and spirit don't literally say, okay, so on September 1st, this is what's going to happen, and this is where you're going to be, and you know, this is what's going to happen at such and such time, you know, like 311, you know, blah de blah is going to come over, or you know, just like whatever the situation, you know, you don't get that. Not even psychic readings like get that, you know. We can only get as much as the higher realms are supposed to give us, to give to you guys, you know. Even for myself, when I work with you know, when I work with my own soul family, you know, for stuff with what comes through. So it's one of those things of letting things go and be at peace with it, and just being able to navigate through life knowing that things are going to unfold and they're going to unfold. So with that said, I hope this message has been helpful. I hope it's been resonating. You know, we have half a month left here in this magical November, the 11th month, and we'll see we will see what unfolds this month, the rest of this month, and just the rest of this year. But having faith and trust in knowing that, you know, things that are meant for you are not going to pass you by, and things will unfold when they're supposed to, in divine timing and God's timing. So have a great day, everyone, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.